Now I get to have another one that you can go back and watch on the YouTube channel, which is A Guy from a Place. I am a guy from a place. Charm City Bipper, Keith the Vandal Marquis, the name my mama gave me. I'm here and I'm thinking this morning. I'm thinking this morning about impact. I'm thinking this morning about the rappers that are dropping these diss records that I'm really enjoying. Um, I will say this: I have a bias toward Kendrick because he's from Compton, because he has stood on business for the culture in ways that other people have not. Um, because when things in black cities across America take place, um, he has done art that speaks to those moments. Um, I'm laughing. Let me see. I've been thinking about this line. Um, what is that line? Did he say rapper with a ghostwriter in this? I got a bone to pick. I don't want you monkey mouth motherfucker sitting in my throne again. I'm mad, but I ain't stressing. True friends. One question. Well, it was you when I was walking. Now we're in the game, got the whole world talking King Cool. Everybody want to cut the legs off. Black man taking no losses. It was you when I was walking. Let me see. Because I swear it was a line. It was like a rapper with a ghostwriter. What the fuck happened? Was that in here? Or am I tripping? Am I making things up? I remember you was conflicted, misusing your influence. as soon as J. Cole dropped the diss track, and that's why it's funny, like watching this process has been so fun because I'm watching people get hype off of a quote unquote favorite rapper, but their favorite rapper is oftentimes based in something shallow. Like for a lot of people, hip hop is just music. For me, I actually see the impact that it's making in real time. Cause I'm from Baltimore. So it's like you see people change their identity when certain rappers are hot. They change their slang, they change the type of weed they smoking, they change the alcohol they drink. Like I literally watched the whole world shift. Like hip hop, a certain song can shift culture. Like that's what people miss. Like I remember when it was corny to smoke weed, and people was like hype on like getting drunk. Then it was like Wiz came and like it was a whole nother energy to it, like Kush and orange juice. Like, oh, like Currency and Wiz floating on these beats. Oh, like rappers that don't even smoke talking about being high now. Oh, y'all niggas doing pills? Oh, like, oh, y'all sipping syrup? Oh, Future, Dirty Sprite. Like, I just, yeah, and some Gucci flip flops. I just had to, and I made them lit lock. I just took a piss and I seen Cody coming out. I got this purple activist. When you hear these words, I got this purple activist. I thought it was a drought. I got homies that just get to college. They double cup with the double foam cups with the purple Sprite now. That's their reality. That's that reality they creating for themselves because of something they heard in a song. I didn't think about like myself being too much more of what I was in certain terms until I heard certain songs. I'm not going to deny it. It expanded my consciousness. It expanded my reality. When I'm hearing rappers talk about being in Tokyo, I'm hearing rappers talk about being in different parts of the world. Like, oh, word, we can do that. Like, this is where it's so wild because it's like, on one end, people be like, it's just music. And on the other end, like, we can fully acknowledge when NWA comes with a song in the 90s that says, fuck the police coming straight from the underground. Young nigga got it bad because I'm brown. Like, this is a whole generation impacted by a drum beat and a young man voice in a time period. Like, what? So you gonna sit here and tell me it's just entertainment? That's why people that don't really like the culture talking on this J. Cole's part is wild to me because I'm like, I love Cole. But Cole been firing them shots. He's like, I'm the top rapper, right? I'm really like that. I'm the top rap. I'm really like that. Your best work was a light pack. Like, this is This is what I like about it. Like, okay, Cole, it's time. It's time. Cole, step up. You ain't even got classics. What, Cole? That wasn't the angle to take. Cole apologized on stage. And what was wild is like watching J. Cole's core fan base get on Instagram, Twitter, on Facebook, wherever they could, spew these lies. Oh, To Pimp a Butterfly wouldn't like that. I said, y'all really gonna stand by this because y'all like Cole that much. Y'all like somebody enough to help them lie. I love the fact that he took his lies back. That he corrected himself. He said, I ain't like that. That's what Cole said though. He said, I ain't like that. I ain't mean that. I didn't like that. I didn't like that diss record I did. I ain't like that. So, you know what I'm saying? He took it back in time. Timely. You know, kudos to that brother. So it's interesting to see like how people don't realize there's a whole lot of lives impacted off these records, man. In certain cities, you mention somebody's name on your song, and like you can get your family touched. Like it's real politics behind this. So it's like I like Drake with the melodies, not when Drake is acting tough. I like Drake with the melodies, and I don't deny his capacity to have like some affiliation with street business. Like I don't deny anybody's capacity to have that. That's where people get it messed up when they had these concepts of the street or like real nigga business. It's like, my nigga, janitors, some of these janitors, right? Janitors can come back into the real civilian world but have had a criminal past. Anybody can come back into the civilian world and have had a criminal past. It don't make you like, this is not a flex. like saying, like I used to laugh at that when I was coming up because like I said, I came up in the city of Baltimore. So it's like when you're in the middle schools and you get in an argument with somebody in class and they like, I get my cousin on you. That was never a flex. Cause that's real, that's a real moment now. Now it's something to go from there, right? You're gonna get a cousin on me. I'm gonna get my cousin on you. And Lord knows who your cousins are. You better hope your cousin really like that. You better hope your cousin really like that and not just moving with a light pack. That's why I get confusing. Because when you got people that's falsely representing what street business is for $1 incentive, falsely representing street activity because it's monetizable, this is where we get. We get to a point where somebody talking about some things that don't got to do with rap. And somebody's still like, but I get the most numbers, I get the most money. That money ain't gonna keep you safe. The tower ain't safe. That's what people get confused. The tower ain't safe. The castle is not safe. Because not only is the castle very visible and easily approachable, it's people within the castle that are problematic. That's what people miss about kingdoms. If you look, like I like the good word, you know, I like the good word. There's a king in the good word named David. He has sons. He does problematic things. One of his sons sitting beside him, he brings his son back into the castle. The son is the one who wants to get his father killed. David done been outside. He had an enemy in Saul. He done had enemies with all types of individuals in Jerusalem and in the surrounding areas. And this man got his own son. Like, Pops, I want the throne. His son coming for the throne. Like his son could have inherited the throne. This man said, no, I want it though. He gotta kill his son. That's how it get in the castle. That's how it get in the kingdom. When you're not, when things aren't righteous, when things aren't aligned with the highest, it get a little confusing. And like I said, I think it's hilarious. Oh yeah, I can dig rapping, but a rapper with a ghostwriter, what the fuck happened? I swear I wouldn't tell, but most of y'all share bars. Like you got the bottom bunk and a 2-man cell. Something's in the water. And if I got a brown nose for some gold, then I'd rather be a bum than a motherfucking baller. Like you can't take that out of history. That was on King Kunta. That was on To Pimp a Butterfly. That's who you trying to diss. You trying to diss the dude who did that on a mainstream album. Who dressed in chains and did a whole jail cell performance on the BET Awards. I believe it was the BET Awards. Let me be sure. Whose cipher on the BET Awards was What do you say? Ever since I dropped that verse on Control, something about the sensitive rapper, tuck the sensitive rapper back in his pajama clothes. Like y'all don't love the history. Y'all don't do the history. You don't do the knowledge. You don't do the knowledge. Who's that? That's Kanye. Like y'all don't do the knowledge. Straight this way. Like, and he wouldn't right in that. He was not right. Kanye was hella wrong when he said it this way. Somebody tuck this sensitive rapper back in his pajama clothes. Because when it leaves the studio, it's a lot of real life to be lived. And like I said, I'm come from a place where it's like, what you say on Twitter, you might have to pay for in real time if they really bout it. But then you realize a lot of them ain't really about it because they ain't really from it. They just cosplaying. There's a lot of cosplay thugs. You know what I'm saying? Cosplay street niggas. Cosplay it girls. Cosplay bad bitches is what we see. Oh, I'm cosplaying bad bitch. I'm like, I know some real bad bitches. Like they came up in some real tumultuous environments. I'm gonna say it like that. They came up in some real tumultuous environments. They know how to look like they love a nigga. Like that's the type of bag. And like I said, this is the other half of it. This is the other side of me that I don't show too much. But y'all really don't be hip. Like the shorty that had been violated now takes that thing to be a power in situations. Y'all don't know who she is. Y'all don't be watching. Y'all just be thinking y'all get it. Like no, because like such like it's people that are traumatized that learn how to turn the trauma into power. Turn that trauma into power. Like that's the other side of this. It's like the son that had a drug dealer father that like watches his father go down, but he like, no, I'm gonna actually go become a lawyer, but I'm still very much related to my pops. It's like Godfather. Like y'all don't know Godfather. Like y'all don't even. That's what I be lost on. Like people talk so much culture. They talk, oh, the hip hop is dead, or the music is like, where y'all be at? Like, do people be researching? People need to do. Like I love history. Like I said, I love history. You know what I'm saying? Mob business, mob ties. You don't get to buy your way into mob business. You don't get to buy your way into gangs. You being extorted, stupid. You don't get to buy your way into the country club, nigga. It don't even work in the right way. Ain't no school you can go to and knowledge you can get to buy your way into high class society. You born into this. And the one who doesn't honor what they born into is the one they trust the least. Because you don't even like yourself. You don't even like yourself. So how you finna come out here and be with us? How you finna come out here and be on street business? You don't even like yourself. That's a number one red flag in any organization. You being hold. That's what it get confused at. Like people don't even realize like you're running from yourself. You hate yourself. So we're gonna exploit you. And we're gonna exploit you by using you to exploit the culture you come from. Like what? That's what we dealing with. Straight up. My pops told me about the Robert Townsend joint. Is a Robert Townsend movie called Hollywood Shuffle. It's like this clear point in your artistry and your creativity. I wanna be in entertainment. I wanna do something. I wanna prove a point. It's a clear line that everybody meets where it's like, okay, you wanna do something? Well, we need you to play this part that actually goes against your values. How do you feel about that? How you feel about playing a part that goes against your values? Well, I don't really agree with it. But this is the price we pay for going against your values. Do you agree with this number that we'll be paying you if you go against your values? You're gonna play a prostitute that raises a son, loses a son, and he becomes a gangbanger. How do you feel about that? Well, I think I could play that role. All right, you could play that role. You could take the little step. Hey, you wild with that strawberries joint. You and Cleo, that was tough. That was tough. Whole live nigga is in the chat. I just want to that brother's cool. Shout out to his page. There's a lot of funny people in my city. That was funny as hell. But yeah, it's like these little things that just be test. It be test. I'm talking about the sacrifices people make. yo, I can't get rid of this. And you know what's wild though? It's helping though. Cause look, I didn't I just started playing the guitar. So I said I'm a play like I'm a 17-year-old just been practicing and like 17-year-old out here trying to get a music deal or something. I don't really want a music deal, but that youthful thing is been helping me, man. It's funny because 20 at 21, I looked older than I do now. I'm serious, it's crazy. I look like a young. I be fighting the middle school allegations. I'm like, nah, yo, I'm on my way to 30. Like no cat. So I got the little joints. I might get a Disney Channel spot if they actually clean up their spaces and stop abusing children. Um, but I might go play as Spider-Man. Hey, if anybody know how to put me on as the next Miles Morales, I'm here. I'm learning that Spanish, you know what I'm saying? ¿Cómo estás? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Gotta get the lace front. It's crazy. Hey yo, the lace front bread is crazy. But yeah, we blessed, man. And is this an hour of truth? It's an hour of truth. And like I said, I know a lot of people that turn their pain to power. Y'all be looking at it like, oh, like as much as I acknowledge that we need new opportunities for people, like some people be making it shake with their trauma. You turn that trauma into a hustle as a whole nother bag. I'm not totally mad at you turning your trauma into a hustle. I'm mad at a media organization that's finna make you think that like that's the standard or that's the only value that you have in society. It's like, damn, like Shorty's really thinking all they gotta do is pop ass and then like get a baller nigga. Like that's all it takes to win in life. I'm like, when the shorty started saying they want Ghost, I'm like, you don't even know Ghost. Like you don't like, and then the niggas that play like they Ghost, niggas from suburban upbringings that can afford to go into business, niggas with college degrees out here playing like they kingpins, and in clubs having bottle wars. The bottle wars niggas got degrees and pay their taxes on time. Like it's confusing. It's confusing. They want characters from movies. And that's yo, it's wild because it's like I've heard niggas say with a straight face, like, yo, the shorty wanted a character more than she wanted me, so I played the character. It'd be Steve Urkel out here playing Stefan. You know what I'm saying? Take the glasses off, get in your Who Yays, and you now an R&B nigga, and it don't work like that. You know? Yeah, yeah. Hat to the back. You know, I gotta get the lineup right. And get on some seductive shit and be like, yeah, like I'm from the trap for real. Like I ain't never seen shit for real. Like I'm straight from the gutter, yo. Like Baltimore crazy and shit. Like niggas really go through out here. Like I ain't gonna hold you, know what I mean? Like it beanie, like it just it be crazy, you know what I mean? Like it's really wild. Like a nigga whole persona be a lie. Like nigga don't be from nothing, but he play like he grew up in it and shit. And it don't be that deep. Like my nigga, you grew up with like algebra tutors in third grade. Like, why is that not your flex, my nigga? Like, but then even when that's the fact, is like, okay, if that's how we grow up, honor that. Like, I want to hear about your math class, nigga. I don't want to hear about the aunt's house you went. I don't want to hear about the aunt's house people be going to play hood. Like, it don't gotta be that. It don't gotta be that. Oh, uh, I gave up after having a conversation about the past with a girl, and she was using made up movies as evidence, talking about men are pedos because Color Purple, Harper White was 13. Oh my goodness! Like the sad part is, like, yo, it's real life incidents that prove it. Like it's a whole movie. But that's actually the wilder part that I sit into. Like music and art be people's reference for what people are. Like niggas be thinking that women are a certain way because they watch Players Club or they watch Friday. Like they really be thinking like people are these movie characters or they are what the music is showing. Like it's niggas who think it's some niggas out here that think Drake is a goon because of the music. Niggas really think Drake is a goon because of the music. I think Drake is Jimmy Brooks because of Degrassi. Like that's how it started. So I know he had a big chip on his shoulder to unprove that he is Jimmy Brooks. He is wheelchair Jimmy Brooks from Degrassi High. It wasn't no way you was telling me that that was the nigga on the radio at the time. I just wasn't going for it. And then I seen him with Ross. Then I seen him with Wayne. And then we start to hear these songs. What was it? The Ransom joint where Wayne is calling him Drizzy Drake Rogers, and then a joke comes out that he calls him Drizzy Drake Rogers because he's texting him or emailing him from Rogers, the service in Canada. Niggas are still mad at Lawrence Fishburne about Ike Turner. That's real facts. Some niggas think Denzel was Malcolm X. They don't even know Malcolm X is light skinned. Like that's how wild it is. That's how crazy it get. I like her long hair, thick red. No, that's Wayne. It's funny that I could even put that in Drake's voice. I like what is it? Big bandit, you could understand it. I'm just doing me, you could never understand it. Looking like I planned it, something, damn it. I remember like Ransom. I'm like, what happened to the I better find your loving. I better find your heart. Where's that nigga? Like, put him back into the chat. I like Jaded. I like Passion Fruit. I like all these other little R&B moments this dude is having. I don't want to hear shot him in daylight, shot him in daylight, shot him in daylight. It don't even feel real. Like, what? Who shot who in daylight? You get niggas shot now, Drake? I don't like it. And I'm a fan. That's why I laugh. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of music. I love music culture. I laugh because like I watch interviews where people even talk about Pac. Like I got a book. I should grab that book right now. I got a book where Tupac is at Baltimore School for the Arts, and he ain't the thug that like they show him was. Yo, where is just hold on? We going home. Get them writers back in the room and write another one of them. I need another one to fill away. Cause you're trying to make me feel away on purpose. Got me going on the place. I think I deserve it. Then they got the special beats. Like the nigga had he has crazy production. You know what I'm saying? Pac was a regular guy writing poetry. Pac was a regular guy writing poetry. That's such a true fact that I have his poetry book. Like I don't want to get up because I gotta leave y'all for a second. But I'm gonna get this off the shelf. Do I got both of them over here? Do I got both of the books on me in the crib? I can't find a poetry book right now. I'm gonna show that later. But this right here is my childhood. Bring back Marvin's Room. I'm driving. Wait, I'm not even driving yet. My mother's driving the car. I'm sitting passenger seat. The radio is now taken over by Marvin's Room, and all we hear is cups of the rose, bitches in my old phone. I should call one and go home. I've been in this club too long. Woman that I would try is happy with a good guy, but I've been drinking so much. I'ma call her anyway and say, fuck that nigga that you love so bad. I know you still think like that's no more Dirty Mac and R&B. It don't get more Dirty Mac and R&B than Marvin's Room. And then everybody covers it. That's how you supposed to take the game. That was the game you had. Love that lane. And then on the back end, like, okay, like he's doing that. And Kendrick is doing backseat freestyle. Kendrick is doing high power. Kendrick is doing these big moments, like rap wise, where it's like, nigga, you crazy with these bars. What was it? Martin had a dream. Kendrick had a dream. This is why I be struggling with Pac, yo. Baltimore, 1984, 1988. This is where we chose to live. This is where we chose to live, is how he starts the joint. Baltimore has the highest rate of teen pregnancy, the highest rate of AIDS within the black community, the highest rate of teens killing teens, the highest rate of teen suicide, and the highest rate of blacks killing blacks in Baltimore, Maryland. And this is where we chose to live. This is where the book start. I mean, this is not where the book start, but this is how he talks about Baltimore. Young Pac with his peoples, like just a regular kid over east on Greenmount. He outside with the sleeves out, the gloves on. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's not out of a space of disrespect. It's just that acknowledging Baltimore got heavy, heavy trauma. It's not for the faint of heart. And at times it's not for creatives. I had a few times when I just zoned out and had good luck. When I auditioned for the Baltimore School for the Arts, that was one of my good luck times. I spent 3 years in Baltimore, my high school years. I loved my classes, made a lot of friends that I wanted to keep over. We were exposed to everything: theater, ballet, different people's lifestyles, rich people's lifestyles, royalty from other countries, and things, everything. So, like I said, I'm reading this as a kid, man. Like, I'm reading this as a kid. I'm like 12 years old. It's funny because it like made me want to go to the School for the Arts. I didn't get in, and I wasn't even like a creative at the time, quote unquote. I was like the math kid. They like do math. That's all that matters. This is the first time I heard that he liked Jada Pinkett Smith. So like I'm just walking around with this hidden knowledge as a kid. Like I'm like, it's not even hidden knowledge because in a book it's just you gotta read books. For Jada. You are the omega of my heart, the foundation of my conception of love. When I think of what a black woman should be, it's you that I first think of. You will never fully understand how deeply my heart feels for you. I worry that we'll grow apart and I'll end up losing you. You bring me to climax without sex, and you do it all with regal grace. You are my heart in human form, a friend I could never replace. This is how he talking to his homegirl. Might have been more than a homegirl, you know what I'm saying? More than a homie. You know what I'm saying? That's Pac and Jada. And then there's a joint, I think he got a homeboy named John. Nothing can come between us for John. Let's not talk of money. Let us forget the world. For a moment, let's just revel in our eternal camaraderie. In my heart, I know there will never be a day that I don't remember the times we shared. You were a friend when I was at my lowest, and being a friend to me was not easy nor fashionable. Regardless of how popular I become, you remain my unconditional friend, unconditional in its truest sense. Did you think I would forget? Did you for one moment dream that I would ignore you? If so, remember this: from here to forever, ever, nothing can come between us. And I think that's the homie John. So like Pac was a very like well-rounded type of individual leaving high school. Like this is him leaving high school at 18. He died at 25. That's the other part. People don't really sit with this is like a 7-year process. Like that's Pac with the boat shoes on. I think he got on Sperry's shorts and a like a regular like dressy shirt. Then I came to California to escape that violence. All right. So this is what he says. But at my homeboy's high school, it's not like that. They don't have trips to go see Broadway plays. They don't read the things we were reading. And they didn't know what I was talking about when I was like, yo, Shakespeare's dope. They don't have the same experiences that we had. Then I started thinking like, damn, why is that? Because our school that I went to, is mostly for white kids and rich minorities. And I started going, damn, man, I would have been a totally different person had I not been exposed to these things. Hell no, I was living in the ghetto. We didn't have any lights, no electricity. We was about to get evicted. I thought, we're not being taught to deal with the world as it is. We're being taught to deal with this fairy tale land we're not even living in anymore. It's sad. I mean, more kids are being handed crack than they're being handed diplomas. I think adults should go through school again. I think rich people should live like poor people, and poor people should live like rich people, and they should change every week. Growing up in America, I love my childhood, but I hated growing up poor, and it made me very bitter. We live in hell. We live in the gutter, a war zone. They got us stacked up, 80 deep in one building. By the time you get out of your house, you strapped just to protect yourself. The same crime element that white people are scared of, black people are scared of. The same crime element that white people fear, we fear. So we defend ourselves from the same crime element that they scared of. You know what I'm saying? So while they waiting for legislation to pass and everything, we next door to the killer. We next door to him because we up in the projects with 80 niggas in the building. All them killers that they letting out, they right there in that building. But it's better just because we're black, we get along with the killers or something. We get along with the rapists because we black and we from the same hood. What is that? We need protection too. Like I said, well, full circle, like rounded. And what like often goes overlooked is he's liberated by his artistic knowledge, his knowledge of art history. He's liberated by reading the thoughts of the artist. And it's like he struggled, he did different things. I think the gangster rap era is what shifted it. It took it to a place that he couldn't come back from. But his ability to just embody emotions, his ability to capture like what culture was feeling is often goes beyond people's understanding. Like I said, I read this as a kid. So this was a just a major thing in the back of my mind as I'm growing up. Too dope. Too dope. Tupac Shakur. And it's crazy. So when somebody is rapping about how they bought Tupac's ring and they playing with the state and all of these other things, like who's really the villain? That's why it's wild. Like they call it. That's actually part of what the racism is. That Kendrick is made out to be the villain, and it's like, well, what is Drake? Is Drake your hero? If Kendrick is the villain, is Drake the hero? Is there a hero? Should we even be attached to the concept of hero, savior, when it's just people doing things? Just know it's scary hours. It's scary hours and it's getting spooky. But yeah, I love the books. I love to read. I love to gain insight, glean insight. It's gonna be a hot summer. It's gonna be a fun summer. Y'all stay safe. Y'all stay blessed. Oh, you got it. Yeah, I'm about to go take my Saturday in a direction I wanted to go in. But yeah, it's fun talking. This process ain't supposed to be complicated. I actually said a lot of things I'm not supposed to say on here, quote unquote. But I want that to be known that I'm grounding it in truth. I'm grounding it in love. To God be the glory. It's just other angles, other sides to some of these realities, and we don't really sit with what the shadow is in this experience. We don't sit with what a lot of kids growing up in toxic environments like are going through, and the meanings they make of their environment, and the theme songs that help them to do dysfunctional things, the things that promote dysfunction within the process. Like a rapper talking about popping pills um, is having an impact. It's not just for entertainment. And I've sat into that part. I don't think enough people sit into the power that hip hop has had. Like a group like NWA saying what they said, a group like Public Enemy saying fight the power, like a Lil Wayne at one point made a diss record against George Bush because Hurricane Katrina ravaged New Orleans and he wanted a response from the president. He wanted to speak to the pain that people in his community were going through. So it's like, for the first time, we've seen a different type of artistry. We've seen somebody do this in a way that it doesn't get done. And there's another artist who is speaking against it. And I love to see it. I love to see it. Shout out to Kendrick. Shout out to artistry. Shout out to artistry. Y'all be safe. Y'all be blessed. Who called me Big Daddy? Sarah Cefontes. Y'all just be having these troll pages. Y'all be having these troll pages, and I find that disgusting. Disgusting. Highly disgusting. But y'all go have a blessed day. It's Saturday. Peace.